Right. Okay. We've got the first of our player interviews, and the first non-homegrown player to be signed this season. Certainly the first new one, Ryan Nicholson. Welcome to the Five Flyers.
Hi, thank you very much, Ali.
So thanks for taking the time to do this. Let's start off with the question: Why come to Fife?
So I played last year in Finland, and I really liked the European feel and stuff like that. And I wanted to stay in Europe, but kind of just the way the season went, and with my off season of options, it kind of looked like I was pretty much like had the mindset that I was going to go back to North America, and then this opportunity came along, and when I just weighed the pros and cons list, it made a lot of sense. There was a lot of good things that were offered with this program, and even talks with the coaching staff and the vision forward with the club and the opportunities ahead. I just felt like it made a lot of sense, and it felt like that it would be a really good opportunity to progress my game and just be a part of this club.
That was Gary Young that posed that. We've got Xander Boyd says, "What are you excited for this season in playing with the Five Flyers?"
Well, I think the most exciting and interesting thing is you have that the Challenge Cup, that inter-season tournament.
Yeah.
I've never played in a league like that before where it's had that, so I'm very interested and excited to have that. And I think it's a really good idea that, you know, when you're playing in leagues where you're between 50 to 70 games, like your game 20 to 40 stretch, it can get kind of boring in the dog days. But I like this idea of the tournament because your games in the middle of the season have value to it. Is not as much as, like, you know, if you're kind of in the lower part of the league and you're playing a first place team and there's a big point differential, that it has more value to the game. And I like that. And you're kind of creating a playoff feel in almost every month. So I'm very excited and interested in that. It also, just like the way the game functions out in Europe, it's very different from the North American style. Like, you take the base foundation of the game, but then there's the whole, you added 20 extra feet to the ice surface in the width, or 15, sorry. And it makes the game completely different in terms of puck possession, your strategy, and stuff like that. And I felt like I got a pretty good understanding and knowledge of how it was in Finland. But now, like, the UK, everyone's got a different perspective of what the proper way to play this and play and structure the game is. And so I'm very interested in continuing to progress and learn these game styles and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because there are some rinks that you'll be in, like Manchester, which are quite small. So I guess kind of closer to that Canadian style.
200 by 85.
Yeah. So yeah, whereas Fife, you've got a lot of room to kind of play in. Lisa Bennett wants to know, what type of D partner do you play best alongside, and what's your kind of type of play?
I feel like I have a strong defensive aspect of the game, especially bringing physicality and moving pucks quick and creating breakout plays and regroups through the neutral zone and stuff like that. But so I've normally been paired up with a defenseman that has a little bit more offensive skill to its game and is a little more focused on creating offensive opportunities than necessarily defending. So I've gone along very well and had really good chemistry with D partners like that, where I'm content with letting them go and cheat plays a little bit to try and have offensive opportunities where I'm willing to stay back and cover them, but also I've had really good relationships where they're fine with, if they go and rush up the play 4 times in a row, I'm going to get the next one. And then it's just like a rotation and it kind of a unsung mutual agreement. So I'd say that's what works the best for me.
Yeah. Craig Law wants to know, is there anything that you're looking forward to seeing or doing whilst you're here in Scotland out with the hockey?
Well, I have a long laundry list for sure, but to kind of go off quickly would be to see Loch Ness Lake Williams, Inverness. I've been to St. Andrews and played the Himalayas, but I would like to actually play the full 18, the old course. Go to a football game. I'd preferably like to see Celtic, if that's the
You're right, Celtic. Yeah.
Celtic. I would like to see that, but even I would be fine with getting to become like a regular supporter for the club in Kirkcaldy if you could.
The Race Rovers.
The Race Rovers, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that. Yeah. Would definitely like to go see some of those games. You got rugby in the area?
Yeah, we do. So Kirkcaldy's got a rugby club, but yeah, there's a lot of rugby.
Cricket as well?
No. Well, no. So I'm saying no, and that's probably quite unfair. That's probably my own biases, because actually there is cricket played in Fife as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd be open to see that. We get tons of cricket around here, and I don't know where to find it.
Yeah.
So, but I know it is a big English national sport. So I'm not too sure on like the comparison between Scotland and Finland for that, but I still think it would be cool to go out and see a game. I've had haggis before, but it was just like a small appetizer plate. But so I feel like I'd actually have to go for the full entree.
Yeah.
And what would you pair it with?
So it's haggis, neeps, and tatties. So potatoes, turnip, or swede, and haggis. That's the three things that are on your plate.
And then lastly, have a pint of Tennent's. I had a pint a couple of years ago, and I really did enjoy it. So I would definitely like to get back to that.
Nice. We're going to get all of this sorted out for you, Ryan. You do realize that. Brilliant. Okay. And Gavin Fairgrieve asked, so it's kind of related to this. So outside of hockey, do you have any hobbies that you enjoy? And he mentions, obviously, if golf's an answer, are you looking forward to playing at home with golf, which you've kind of answered?
Yeah, I'm not a very good golfer, but I do enjoy going out and playing with friends. It's going to be interesting how I survive on your courses, because you'll put a bunker in the middle of the fairway, which is not very traditional in North American golf, but the way I shoot, that might be more beneficial for me, because I seem to struggle to find the middle of the fairway. So I haven't really been out much this year because I've been busy with work schedule and hockey and other things. But that would be definitely, that's big on the list, to get my game up and try and get under 100. This might seem like kind of a weird hobby, but I really like Lego. I mean, I got like my whole collection just right above my desk here. I've been collecting the Formula One cars. You can't see it, but I got 3 Formula One cars, like a 1980 Ferrari, a garbage truck, and a monster truck. And I would like to add to the collection.
There is nothing wrong with that. We've got the Lego store in Edinburgh, so.
Oh, yeah. Actually, okay, yeah. Just throw that on the list of stuff I need to do as well. I played ball hockey in the summer. So, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, I hope that one of those Formula One cars is a McLaren.
No, I don't have. I got 2 Red Bulls and a Mercedes.
Okay.
My sister offered to gift me the McLaren, and I wanted the Mercedes over it. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we'll educate you in the ways of McLaren, because obviously
I'm trying to collect them all, so I have to get the McLaren to complete the rest.
Absolutely.
I got the tiny McLaren, or no, that's the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
There you go. I got the tiny one right here.
That's fine. You've redeemed yourself in my eyes. You'll be all right.
Yeah, sorry, it's not the full scale one, but I got one there.
Yeah.
I play ball hockey in the summer, which takes up, that's 2 nights a week right there. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that then explains this question that we got from Hockey Steve, who says, would you consider your ball hockey career success after repping GB? How did that happen? And would you also consider playing with the famous Skip Rats BHC from Wales?
I don't know about the Skip Rats right now. Sorry, I got allegiance to my club back home.
Right.
But how did I end up playing for them is a bit of an interesting story. So I've been playing ball hockey now for about consistently for the past 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And the club I play with, they're 4-time consecutively defending national champions. So to qualify for Team Canada, you have to play in the national championship. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to play in any of the national championships because I've had to report back for camp for hockey, whether it been college or pro. So unfortunately, I haven't played, and it just happened to be so that the coach of my club, he got asked to be a guest coach, I guess it was called, for Team GB, James Mentis, and he knew I had British heritage. So he asked if I would be interested in playing, and basically within the sport of ball hockey for when it comes to international competitions is that because the population of the game isn't that large, they allow countries to bring in these players that weren't born there, and they call them heritage players. Yeah. So I basically had to get I had to show like some sort of family lineage proof of Scotland. So we just used my father's grandparents' birth certificate, and then I got it notarized by a lawyer and then sent it into the International Street and Ball Hockey Federation, and then that allowed me to qualify to play for Team Great Britain. And then that was last summer. I played in the international championships in Visp, Switzerland.
Yeah.
So
wow,
it was a fun experience.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. Met a lot of good guys.
Yeah. John Simpson wants to know, which player did you idolize as a kid, and did you ever meet them?
Oh, wow. So I'm from Mississauga, which is just outside Toronto. So I was a huge Toronto Maple Leafs fan growing up. And I really enjoyed Thomas Caberlet, but I never got to meet him.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Doug Gilmour. I did get to meet him. I'm trying to think. I really liked Erik Karlsson's game, but he was with the Senators, so it was a little contradictive, but he was such a fun player to watch and still is to this day. And no, I haven't gotten to meet him. I would say probably the best NHL player I've ever gotten to meet was Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was interesting. I got to meet. I was really good childhood friends with Quinn Hughes, the captain of the Canucks now, growing up.
Yeah.
So his father was at that time, I don't think he was the head coach of the Marlies anymore. He was the director of player skill and development for the Leafs.
Yeah.
And his mother took me, Jack, Quinn, so his brother Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, and then our other buddy Ben to they had like an open public practice in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they took us like behind the scenes to like the locker room area and stuff like that. And we got to like go and meet a bunch of the players. And there's a photo of us. And I think it's me, Quinn, and my other buddy with Sydney. This is probably, I had to say we were about 9 or 10. So it was only going to be about like Sid's like second or third year in the league. He if I can find the photo, I have it on my laptop somewhere, but he still looks quite relatively young in it.
Yeah.
So that was quite a cool experience.
Yeah. These guys, do they live up to your expectations when you meet them?
For the most, yeah. I mean, when you kind of meet them when you're younger, I think you're just so starstruck that they could tell you 2 + 2 = 5, and you would be like, "Correct, Sydney. That is right."
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think as you get older, and you kind of see the more like humanized like person they are. Like they're very like, they're very polite and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Who's
a good player that you've played with or played against that left a good impression on you?
Quinn Hughes was one of them, but I stopped. We didn't play together. We stopped playing after like 11 or 12. I think a really good player would be. Here's a good answer. Sean Cameron. He played in Fife about 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
I played with him in college for a year. He was a senior and I was a freshman, and he he was very intimidating when coming in as a 20-year-old, and he was about 24, 25. But he had a really good work ethic, and he definitely ran a tight ship he was an assistant captain with the club.
Yeah.
And he did leave a pretty memorable mark. He was also when I got the offer, he was one of the first guys I called and asked him about what it was like out there and like what to expect. And he gave a very good review and said he loved it and wish he had more time there. I think he said he was only there for about 2 or 3 months, and then he had the surgery and he's been done since. But he talked very highly about it, and that was also hearing from him the positive. It's someone I trust and believe heavily upon his word, so it made it easier to commit to coming here.
Yeah. All right. Nice to know Sean's saying good things about us. So, Michael Guthrie, sorry, that was David Hodge that asked that last question. Michael Guthrie wants to know what's been your most memorable moment of your career so far?
Definitely, I would say winning my first championship. So that would have been in 2018, 2019. I won my league's Junior A championship with the Oakville Blades, and then we won the Central Canadian Championship, and then lost in the national championship in the semifinals. And then other than that, it would be first goals in every level are always memorable. Winning the Atlantic Hockey Association championship with my college my last year, it definitely was it was quite an emotional one for sure, because my first year gets we lose playoffs because of the coronavirus, and then the second year of how awful things were, but we were fortunate enough to be able to play. And then my third and fourth year, we had very good teams that we felt were deserving of winning, and unfortunately we got upsetted back-to-back years in the semifinals. And then my fifth year, it was I graduated and then had the extra year of eligibility because of the pandemic. And it was just a really nice thing of me and a couple of other guys in my class. We said, okay, we're not going to transfer. We're going to come back and stay, because we felt like we had a really good thing going and wanted to keep the momentum, and we didn't want to give up on what we started. And then it was just kind of everything fell into place. We were finally able to win. And it was just kind of that relief is a good way of putting it, of that, 5 years of work and effort and commitment finally paid off, and we got the ring that we were going for.
I think you've answered this already, but I'll just double check that this was your favorite. Jay Bibbs wants to know, is Toronto your favorite NHL team?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
It's painful right now, especially losing Marner and getting bounced in back-to-back second rounds, or not being able to overcome the hump of even making a conference finals. But yes, I stick with them.
You're going to be playing on a team this year with Garrett Hunt. Have you encountered him before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
My first professional game with the Savannah Ghost Pirates was against Garrett Hunt.
Wow.
And he was interesting, even just in the warm-ups. I even remember someone, like one of the veterans on the team, like before the game, like in the ECHL, like the captain would like go through the opposing team's roster and basically tell you, don't touch this guy, stay away from this guy. And then I remember when I got to Hunt's name on the roster, don't come near this guy.
This is good to know. Right.
And I went, why? And they just
don't
speak. You'll figure it out. And I figured it out really quickly.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't get caught on the wrong side of the train tracks with him, but that was a very first interesting game, especially with guys were basically fighting in warm-up.
Yeah.
And there's no refs out there, so they let it. So guys, go.
Yeah. Well, then that leads us very nicely to this question then. So Willie wants to know, would you rather fight one Garrett Hunt-sized duck or 50 duck-sized Garrett Hunts?
is neither an option?
No.
Any way to avoid that as much as possible? Well,
I mean, he's not
he's
that
not a very
tall.
big guy to begin with, but
Yeah.
I don't think that matters. So it's,
No.
do I want 50 of him or do I just want one?
Yeah.
And I think one can get the job done pretty good enough. So I think I'll just take the one instead of taking it
Yeah.
power
Well,
of 50 or times
so
50.
it's a duck that's the same size as Garrett Hunt. So
Yeah, but I feel like that's not going to make a difference.
probably not.
No.
Right, and then finally, I think we've got everybody. Well, let me just run this one past you. Is there anything in particular that stood out about the Flyers that led you to choose them for this next step in your career?
Well, I didn't know you were the oldest club in the UK. That was actually kind of interesting when I started doing a bit of the research. I was like, oh, I honestly didn't think that Fife was going to be the oldest, but that's interesting. I think like living in Scotland was, was just huge to be able to do that. Trying to think. Like, sorry, the question was like really big things that stuck out.
Yeah, what stood out about the Flyers that led you to choose them?
Yeah, you guys have a pretty good history.
Yeah,
1938. You're getting close to 100 years. That's hard for a club to do, even a company or an organization. So that stood out. The history. You haven't won in the EI, but you won in the Scottish League?
In the Scottish National League, in the BNL before, and we just celebrated the 40th anniversary of winning in Wembley as well, which was the big game of the year.
So yeah, it does have a winning history and tradition. It's you had 2 bad years. It's now all right. I'm fortunate. I get to be a part of the ride to try and turn things around.
Yeah,
and that's the goal here.
Yeah. Okay, and then finally, on X, Jobless Bum says, if you could describe your hockey career with one word, what would it be?
They had a lot of time to think about that question.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say, unless there's one springing to mind just now, I'm going to say, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
When we meet you in Kirkcaldy in just over a month, we're going to ask you that question again, and let's see what you come up with.
All right, that's fair. That gives me some more time to think about it.
Yeah, there we go. We've got a holdover. I like that. Listen, it's fantastic. Like I say, it's about a month until we see you in Kirkcaldy, and we're looking forward to that. And thanks again for taking time today, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much for having me. Excited to see you at the end of August.